WOKB, Winter Garden, Orlando.
Hello. Welcome to Real Family Talk. This is your host, Jay Real. I hope everybody's having a great hump day. It is Wednesday night, 9 p.m. It's Real Family Talk, y'all. Are y'all ready? We got great conversations coming up here, man. We got Miss McCrae's coming in the building. We got Jeremy in the building. We're going to talk about the Miami Heat tonight. We're going to talk about the NBA Finals.
We're going to talk about the Heat.
And the tragic things that happened this past Tuesday, man. And we're gonna talk about a lot. We're gonna get into it tonight, man. But Jeremy, how you doing tonight, brother?
I am good. How are you doing out there? It's a great day today. It'll be even better show.
Yes, it will be, my friend. Yes, it will be. We'll say hello to Miss McCrae in a moment. She is she's trying to get herself together here, but she'll be together in a moment. So we're gonna jump right into it. I'm really throw this to Miss McCrae tonight. You can see the look on her face right now. Miss McCrae helped me out this week. Miss McCrae helped me out. Gave me some things to talk about, some ideas here. So I'm going to throw it to Miss McCrae and let her kind of lead us through these murky waters. I can't do that. Miss McCrae says I'm not allowed to throw it to her to lead us through these murky waters.
See, what had happened was...
Oh, man. So how you doing tonight, Miss McCrae?
I'm blessed. Better and better and better.
Better and better and better.
My new name is Better. Just start calling me that.
Call you Better? I did see that you changed your Facebook.
Yeah, that's
Miss McCrae has one of those name tags that you can buy from the store. Hello,
my name is Better.
And now it says Better.
I'm going to get a T-shirt. I think that's what I'm going to wear for the rest of the summer. Just a T-shirt that says Better.
A T-shirt that says, please wash it, though, Miss McCrae.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to
get
multiples.
Okay.
Multiples. A baby tee, a tank top.
You don't got to wash it if you don't want
different colors and just...
You ain't got to wash it. As long as you're better, that's all that matters.
Well, Miss McCrae is better. So,
better.
Yes. 407-894-1680 is the number. 407-894-1680 is the number. So we'll get right into it, man. The Miami Heat lost 4-1 to the San Antonio Spurs in the NBA Finals.
Yes, they did.
As I got two huge Heat fans right here.
Can we
Who's
just
a huge?
move
I'm not
on?
a
Okay.
huge.
Can we just move on? I don't even.
Miss McCrae has been getting tortured all week.
From my own daddy.
From her father because the Miami Heat lost. So, Miss McCrae, tell me what's up, Miss McCrae. What happened to the Heat, Miss McCrae?
See, what had happened was, I have a theory. And here's my theory. My friends were laughing at me. I think the mob threatened the family members of all the players on the Heat team except LeBron.
Wait a minute. Did she just say the mob
Yes.
put out a hit
So they kidnapped
on the family?
They kidnapped
The
one
Heat
member
players?
of each player, and they said, "Look, if you lose the series, your son, your child, whoever, they won't get hurt. We'll feed them. We'll make sure they're okay, but we'll give them back if you lose the series." That's the only thing that can make sense to me as to why they were playing the way they were playing.
So let me get this straight. The only logical explanation that she could come up with
That's it.
was that the mob put a hit out on the family.
Not only a hit, but they kidnapped a member.
And put out a hit on the family of the Miami Heat players.
Everybody except LeBron. Because he's the only one who played.
LeBron, to ensure that the Miami Heat lost. 407-894-1680. Is there anybody out here who is subscribing to this theory that is presented by Miss McCrae here? 407-894-1680. If you think there is any validity.
It's the only thing I can think of as to why nobody showed up.
No, they showed up.
None of them.
They showed up. I mean, I don't know what their head wasn't there, but
their
body was there.
But that's what I mean. Like they weren't playing like they were playing for a championship. They're like, oh, this is just a preseason game.
You know what I was thinking about? I was like, you know what they reminded me of? They reminded me of the way Indiana played them in like 3 of them games.
Worse.
Indiana had the one game that they was there, and the rest of it, they was just like looking like, oh, can we really do this?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just disappointed. Actually, let me be honest with you. I didn't see none of the Game 5 because I was in transition. I was moving around and I didn't get a chance. I thought the game started later than it did. So by the time I got home, the Spurs were cutting the nets down. So I didn't see none of that. And then in Game 4, I stopped watching like through the third quarter because one thing I really cannot watch. I just can't watch bad basketball. I don't care who it is. I got a problem with that. That's why I really don't watch a lot of NBA games in general. I can't watch bad basketball.
All right. Well, like I said, tell me, what do you think? Do you subscribe to this theory?
It just makes
I don't know about
The
no
mob.
I don't know about the mob here.
it
Hitman.
makes perfect sense.
I tell you what they did. The mob,
Miami Heat family.
the mob might have hit Dwayne Wade in his knee.
I'm just saying, it made perfect
He
sense.
might have hit Dwayne Wade in his knee.
Did they 478941680? Mr. Chris Shaw's in the building. What you got to say, Chris?
It's several things that took place.
The mob was one.
I ain't gonna go all the way in like that,
That was
but San Antonio was just a better team.
Oh yeah,
San Antonio had a better coach.
yeah.
San Antonio played together compared to Miami uncoached, compared to Miami one-man band, compared to Miami only having one general on the field, compared to San Antonio having a team atmosphere, team chemistry.
Yeah.
So that's what did it was LeBron James versus the San Antonio Spurs. And when you have a team that's just on fire
Right.
Yeah.
from beginning to end,
Right.
you can't beat that.
Yeah.
If you're a one-man
Like I
band.
said,
And-
you look at Game 3 for that.
And I'm gonna tell you the thing that really just made the difference is like when Pop, they say he challenged Kawhi Leonard and challenged his manhood and told him stop deferring, you can do this. And once he said, okay, I got it, it was over with.
He challenged the whole team though.
Yeah,
He
no,
did.
but
He pushed Leonard a little bit more.
He did,
but he challenged
because-
the whole team.
because he was the difference. He
Right.
did it because everybody else, if he could keep LeBron busy on both ends of the floor, which he did, he know they could do it. And that's what he did because he kind of canceled LeBron out because everything LeBron gave, he gave.
But see, LeBron is one of those special athletes that you just can't stop him.
Right.
He gonna do what he do.
Shut everybody
But
else
you
down.
can contest everything that he does, and that's what it boiled down to. Now, as far as LeBron having help, that's the problem.
That's the problem.
Everybody else, he didn't have help. Instead of them, as a coach, and this is why I said it came down to coaching. As a coach, if you're losing, stop shooting all these threes.
Yeah.
Stop shooting all these outside shots. Fine, they want to clog up the middle, go man to man and post somebody up and go down low.
But see, but the coaching thing. Now they had, and I know people will think I'm crazy, but you had Greg Oden on the bench. You brought him in for a reason. He hadn't played. It's the end of the season. If he get hurt, he get hurt.
Right. Put him in the game.
Put him in the game.
Stretch him.
Nobody else is doing anything else. You know what I'm saying? Because see, to me, it got to that point where nothing else is working. You got guys on the bench. I mean, you got Oden on the bench. You know, Oden got some talent. He just got bad knees.
Odin just old.
You know,
He's
I'm
not
just gonna
old.
tell
but
you.
he was
Listen to
40
the
when he
name,
came into the
old.
league.
He looks like an old.
He does look like an
man.
old man.
You know, it's like him, and you got
He's a young man.
and you got the heart of the team. You got Haslam on the bench. I was like, why? If you don't throw Haslam out there, he'll just body slam somebody or something. You know, it's like, come on, they needed some. You know what I'm
spark or
saying?
something.
And I believe Haslam could have did it. Haslam for sure, I think, should have came off the bench. But like I said, just try Oden. I mean, you brought him in for a reason. I mean, you could even brought Mike Beasley in to do something.
But see, you have San Antonio at least had a 10-man rotation going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
Miami
Just
had a
running them in and
5-man
out.
rotation.
Yeah. and it don't
Okay, I'll
work.
take that back 6.
And
Them
it don't work.
coals.
Don't work, yeah.
All right, so
Don't
and that's what killed them. So if you got all these guys on the bench and you ain't played them all season long, what makes you think they're gonna be hot when it's time for a clutch game and you ain't played them all season?
I don't know, but somebody had to try to say.
They had to try
I'm telling you,
something.
I would have emptied that bench. I did just like college coach, like Coach K. Them stars ain't playing. Get them off the floor. Bring the buzz in. North Carolina the same way. That's why I like North
Hey,
Carolina
Greg
basketball.
Popovich the same way.
Yep,
I'd
Greg
have
Popovich.
went in the
in the
previous
audience
series.
and got somebody.
Craig
Come on out
Popovich
here.
the same way. Them
Just
stars
shoot.
ain't playing. He would have snatched all of them off.
Craig Popovich
He would have
same
took the
way.
dude on the end with the suit on. Hey, go in the locker room, put your jersey on. You finna go in.
Right. I mean, you
But-
can see he did it in the
That's
Oklahoma
a coach.
series.
Yeah.
That's a coach.
He did it in Oklahoma. So he sat them down. They were down in the third quarter by
just
20
like you said,
points. He
Chris,
sat
just
them
like
down
you
and
said,
said,
the
all right,
coach.
y'all sit down.
I would have.
Second
I mean,
string, go do your thing.
because it was one of them things. It just got to the point where it was like something has to change. You know what I'm saying?
Coach.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
Coach.
That and quietly, I'm not even quietly, but everybody's putting the blame on LeBron. I mean, the next day it was like people forgot that the Spurs won. It was all about LeBron lost.
Well, he was, yeah.
But then
come on,
nobody,
that's headline.
but
man.
nobody
headlines.
talked about Coach.
That's
the Coach
the headline.
Spo did nothing.
You ain't gonna
because
make no
was
headlines talking about Coach
out-coached
Spo.
you
with
can't.
Pop, and I mean, but first of all, let me tell you, Pop threatened Kawhi's family too. I think I'm telling you, this is what it is.
She's convinced.
The way
There was guns on the table.
But look, the way how does a man come from the first two games of the series, Kawhi was like, whatever. Pop hazed him up or did something, threatened his firstborn, something.
There's hazing going on.
There is.
There's threats with
For
guns.
him to turn around and then end up MVP of the finals, what?
Because it's called coaching.
But that's what he
It's called
coached him
coaching.
all right.
He knew
But
what he
that
had.
was
He
a
Might not have been the
complete
coaching
turnaround.
that you're talking about.
Nah, he did it.
But he coached.
He did it. He cussed him out.
And I've said this from jump. When LeBron decided that he was going to Miami with his talents, I've always said to people, Eric Spoelstra is not the coach for the job. In my opinion, this is Chris Shaw's opinion. In order for them to win consecutive championships,
I think Riley got to come down.
Pat Riley had to come down and coach.
Oh,
Pat
no.
Riley had to coach.
More than you mean to get a three-peat.
To win multiple, keep the team that they got now.
No,
Pat Riley
not
would have
one,
had to coach.
not two, not three, not four,
Because they should have won the
not
one
Right.
against Dallas the first time.
They should have.
Yeah.
They should have won that one, and they lost that one.
Yeah.
The reason being, Pat Riley is known for great teams.
Right.
He's coached a superstar status team, and he put his foot down. Eric Spoelstra, in my opinion, again, this is my opinion, you got LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. They telling you what to do.
That's just something.
What can you say? Well, you sit down on the bench. You ain't playing today. You gonna put me on the bench? You ain't gonna never worry about me playing ever again. Then you gotta deal with that.
Well, I as much as I don't like the Spurs, I have to
Really?
respect. Oh, I can't stand them.
Are you
still.
serious?
Cannot stand them. I have to respect them, and like you said, it was a team, and those guys respect Pop. It's almost when I see them interact, it's almost like
It's family.
but it's almost like a high school coach, father type. They respect this man. Here's Tim Duncan, 38 years old, 17 years in the league. Like, really, he can still fall back and be coached by Pop. And that's the respect that they have as an organization.
Not only that, but that's the humble nature of
There
who
you
Tim
go.
Duncan is, though.
And not
'Cause
even
he's been
just
that way
Duncan,
since
it's
he
just
came
it's
in
just
the
the
league.
team.
This is true.
See,
But
this
I
is the
don't
this
know.
is
Wait a
the
minute, do I need to go there?
Go there, brother.
Do I
I
need to
still
go
don't
there?
like him, though.
Because he had Dennis Rodman on the squad.
yeah. One
Yeah,
we did.
he did have Dennis
He had
Rodman
Dennis
on the squad.
Rodman
Yep.
on the squad, and Dennis Rodman, he told Dennis, "Look, we here to play, we here to win.
This is what we
Either
do.
straighten up or you
Or
go
you go.
home, one
Yeah.
or the other."
Yeah.
Dennis straighten up.
It's one of them things. One, like you said, he commanded respect. But at the same time, too, when you talk about the organization, you talk about the first class organization. They get the players similar to New England Patriots. They get the players they know going to play their system.
Yeah.
They don't worry about everybody else. They don't
Right.
care how high you can jump. They don't care how good you were supposed to be coming out of high school. They don't care how good you were supposed to be coming out of college. They get the players that's for their system, and they work those players, and they work the system. And another thing that's really, and every owner in the league need to pay attention to this, consistency. You can't have a winning team when you fire your coach every 2 years.
But then your coach has to perform.
But even still, they don't perform.
Mark Jackson did a fantastic job.
Exactly.
Right.
I don't
That's a
care.
good
I don't care
example.
if I don't care if the team go 10-72 for 3 years straight. Well, not 3 years straight. Let's say 2 years straight. You got to have a group of people, a team. Now you got to have a group of people, especially if you got young guys. They got to have some consistency. You can't learn. You cannot learn a system. You cannot master a system in 2 years with a bunch of young guys. It takes time.
Yeah,
It takes
Mark Jackson
time.
turned that thing around kind of fast.
Yeah, he did, but again, he had a good mix. He had some young guys, humble guys. Stephen Curry is a very humble guy. He's a player's son.
Like father, like son.
Right, so he understands. He understands the game of basketball. He understands his role on the team. Now, the problem is a lot of guys don't understand that. And then another problem is that you got too many teams and owners that put up with that, them not understanding and doing their own thing instead of saying, okay, no, sit down. You know what I'm saying? They let them go out and mess up and do their thing, and but he's filling up the seats. Like one commentator said, you sell the tickets when you win.
Yeah.
It ain't about who playing on the court. You start winning, people go come to the game.
Yep.
Why you think Kobe Bryant still playing?
Yep.
There you go.
He fill up seats.
Yeah.
Fill up
He
seats.
And they'll win the team.
Yeah.
San Antonio is one of those teams that you could just never
Not right now,
eliminate.
brother. Not right now.
Yeah.
They're not a winning team right now, and probably won't be
They-
for
they
another
just-
couple
yeah.
years, brother.
I don't know.
They selling on image and name
They
and
selling
to
on
be
name
seen.
recognition alone.
'Cause everybody know when they show that game, them camera go pan around. You want to be the celebrity seen at the Laker game
Yeah.
Yeah.
behind Jack Nicholson,
I-
if he there.
You know, the Spurs, I just don't like them, but I like them. I
mean,
respect
they're a
them.
great team. You
They
gotta.
were good.
They,
They were awesome.
they're working with a bunch of people that nobody else wanted. A bunch of European players
Yeah.
and a few top tier talent. I mean,
This
they're
was,
a team.
This was the
They
most.
make it. They show you how teams play and how teams win, regardless of what your quote unquote talent level was coming out of school or how high profile you were. They put it together.
They do, and the way
Clinic
the
is what they
ball
do.
moves so quickly, I think that's what threw them off. If the ball is moving, that extra pass that always gets them. I mean, I would hate when the clock would run out and like that last second they would make that shot because they worn off the defense so much. It's
Yeah,
like
you wear 'em
boom,
down.
here you goes with their shot.
That's basketball.
It was. I mean, they play really. They play well.
Coaching.
This was the most exciting series for me watching the Spurs for Manu to dunk. When was the last time that you saw Manu Ginobili dunk?
Well, he was
When he
he was
first got in the
healthy.
league.
Yeah, he was healthy this year.
I
so.
mean, but I was like, wait a minute. Manu is dunking on people. This is out of control. That's what I said. This is bad.
Now, if you watch Manu, he is that type of player. Like if you watch them with Argentina, he's that type of player. He go come through the hole and he'll dunk on you. He'll sneak you because you don't think he is. So he'll sneak you. You know, and then he left-handed. And could somebody please tell me why everybody in the league ain't figured out the boy left-handed? Could somebody please tell me that?
Nobody
He
figured
been, he
that
been
out.
in the league 25
And they keep
years.
pushing him to the left.
And they keep pushing him to the left.
Go left.
now, come
Fine.
on. When we came up, that was just basic defense.
Right.
They
The
daring.
the left-handed guy you push to the right. The right-handed guy you push to the left. That's just how you do it.
They daring them to do something to him.
It's
And he hurt
it's
them every
crazy.
time, too.
Every time.
Every time he hurt me.
Congrats to the Spurs. Let me tell you how my dad is. Let me share this with you. So they won on Father's Day. My dad and I, he's my buddy. He's my friend. So when we are on opposing teams, like he was for Spurs and for the Heat, what we do is we pass pennies. So boom, he got a game. Boom, I got the game. I'm riding out with my penny. So today, they win Sunday. He's all excited, all in my face. I'm like, you know what? It's Father's Day. I'm going to respect you because you're my daddy, but whatever. The next morning, I wake up to 4 shiny, brand new pennies all laid out on the counter and one crusty, dirty, rotten, stinking old penny left and just a note with a smile. I said, you know what? This guy, he's just petty. And it just went on like that
He's petty.
all
Goddamn.
day.
He's
petty.
petty.
I wouldn't do him like this. When we won, I just kindly celebrated that night,
And call it a day.
and that was it.
That was it.
But see, he got to keep it going all week. Give me cutouts,
You
and
have to
clippings of the
You have to rub it
newspapers.
in, Miss McCray. You
see-
got to make sure that
I
you
like the
feel
way I like the
pain.
way your father
He
operates.
did it right,
See,
Mr.
'cause
Gray.
with the cutouts, that's what I'm talking about. That's how you do
He
it.
keeps it going.
See,
I
the,
mean,
the problem with you is you have to realize
I
that
wouldn't do
the
him
next
like
time your
this.
opportunity comes, you need to keep it going
but
as
see,
well.
I don't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even
Exactly.
do him
Keep
like
it
that.
fair and balanced.
But now I have to.
This is Fox News, y'all.
Right, your buddies. Because most times it's only basketball when we differ. Because, Florida State, we're same teams, football for the most part. But this basketball, I was like, ugh, we would have to play the Spurs. So we were feuding from day one.
And I said from jump that if Greg Popovich from last year, he learned.
Oh,
And,
Yeah.
and for the last several years, Miami had been winning solely off talent and skills. This is my concept here, and I'm gonna put it to you, and I'm gonna go. What does LeBron James and Peyton Manning have in common?
what's that? Is this a joke?
They win. They have winning seasons.
Mm-hmm.
They win conference titles.
They win few championships.
Very few championships. Why? Lack of coaching.
Coaching. You think Peyton got a problem coaching too?
Peyton is the general on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peyton,
Peyton can lead you.
You know that was Tony Dungy, right?
My point exactly.
Yeah, he got his ring with Tony. Remember?
He got the ring with Tony Dungy. So what happened the year after that?
He got the ring with Tony.
What happened in Denver?
It was Jim Caldwell after Tony left, right?
Yeah, Caldwell was supposed to be a great coach.
Yeah, I believe he is a
But
good coach.
didn't he get hurt, though?
No, yeah,
Peyton got hurt.
Yeah, when Peyton got hurt that one year, to me, I mean, well, that's a whole nother story. How he got fired when your best the player goes down, you go fire him because they didn't win. I mean,
right.
Come on.
The whole team is built off of that, brother.
Right.
But see, that if you take LeBron out of the equation in Miami, what happens?
I don't think.
Well, in
I don't
the
think
East,
he's gonna leave.
in the East, he'll be an AC seed. That's so they at least got the AC seed.
You think he's okay? There, nice. You think he's gonna leave?
I don't
think he's gonna.
I don't
leave.
know. I don't know. After the look on his face,
Yeah, it wasn't pleasant.
it said several things to me. To me, one was I can't believe this happening.
Right.
Yeah.
2, I can't believe this happening. 3, what do I do from here now?
Yeah. But I like how you said they asked him about it. He's like, man, I got to get away with my family.
Pretty much.
He's like, I'm get away with my family before I even think about that stuff.
Leave me alone.
So he need a break.
His wife is.
I
expecting
honestly,
a baby girl.
I don't think he's gonna leave.
I don't think so.
I don't think so
And honestly,
either.
I don't think there's a reason to leave. Because let's be honest. At the end of the day, what did they do in the 4 years that they've been together?
Go to the finals.
They've
every
gone to
year.
the
2-2.
finals every year
But they
for
2-2.
4 years.
But they went.
Name
They-
one
they-
other
they
team
went, though.
that's gone
They
every
went.
4 years.
Thank you.
It's hard to find teams that have gone every 4 years. 4 years in a row, I should say. 4 years in a row. So even the fact that they've done that, which is the least that they were supposed to do, was they were supposed to make it to the NBA Finals. Now winning is a whole nother thing because, as you saw with the San Antonio Spurs, if a team has your number, which it is clearly evident the whole season, the San Antonio Spurs had one goal, one objective.
Yeah,
to beat the Miami Heat.
they pretty
That's
much-
why
they pretty
Tim
much ran through the
Duncan,
whole series,
Manu,
league anyway.
and Tony all basically averaged 30 minutes a game when they played. Because they didn't even play every game this season.
Yeah.
Why? Because he knew in the finals, I need these boys fresh and ready to whip the Miami Heat's behind.
Hands down.
And quite frankly, he put the package together. You know, it was like they were like Peyton Manning this year. You felt like they went home this summer. Greg Popovich, maybe the players too, but certainly Greg Popovich went home this summer and said, let me watch every single piece of tape I can on these boys and let me see and find every weakness on these boys and let me see what I can put together. And quite frankly, he put that plan together with however long he spent doing it, whether it was all summer, a few months in winter, whatever he did. But it came together exactly like he wanted to. And at the end of the day, he had that smirk, you know what I'm saying?
That Popovich smirk.
That Popovich smirk. Tim Duncan looked like a genius because he said before the series even started, we got this one. He told you we got this one. They were talking about, is that bulletin board material? No, that was apparently the truth.
Because it was a different look in their eyes.
Yeah.
After the game one, they won, and they were kind of upset because they only won by 2. But game 2, when they lost,
I think that
the
really,
whole team
I think that really did something.
went to that locker room with a whole nother look in their eyes.
I think that did something too.
I've seen Tim Duncan. Tim Duncan don't make facial expressions.
Right.
At
He don't.
all.
But his eyes said everything. He walked to that locker room, and you could see a little downpour on his chin, just a little bit, kind of like, I'm hot now.
Yeah.
I'm hot.
And he missed those free throws. So
He was hot.
Yeah, game 2. Yeah.
Quietly, they could have been swept because that game, if those free throws weren't missed,
My man said all 4 of those free throws.
Yeah,
San
they went
Antonio
in.
would've
They
swept
might have
Miami.
swept them.
yeah, and that's the scary.
Well, you know,
part.
like they said, I think all games are a little bit of luck on each part of the teams. And now, obviously, games 1, 3, 4, and 5 had nothing to do with luck.
No, the only luck was game 3. Because no other team in the NBA has shot at least 87% from the field.
Yeah, that game right there.
That was
just like
totally
crazy.
that's luck. And Popovich even came out and said they'll never shoot like that again.
Right.
Yeah, he even said that.
'cause
When the coach even, that's not gonna happen.
That's not gonna happen
It
again.
ain't. I thought I put that on Facebook too. Do you remember that movie, The Sixth Man, where Marlon Wayans and Kadeem Hardison, their brothers,
Right.
Kadeem dies, and Marlon plays basketball, and he would make sure the baskets would go in for Marlon, and then the opposing team, he'd make it miss. I felt like that was happening. I was like, who died from the Spurs team? Somebody's family member passed on, and this is what's happening. Because some of the shots that we were, Ray Allen missing layups and people, I'm like, what is happening to the ball? It literally was not going in. I said, okay.
Perhaps that, or perhaps the Monstars came and took all their talent.
What it was?
Not the Monstars.
Yeah.
Space Jam.
Yeah.
It was the ghost. It was a ghost.
Tell me what you think. 407-894-1680. 407-894-1680. Clearly, all the conspiracy theories. I mean, you're usually not with the conspiracy theories, Miss
This
McCray.
got under her skin.
But
it was Dad, really. It was Dad.
It was my dad.
It was Dad. Dad pushed the button with
Yeah.
the penny.
He really, I was like, ooh.
It's on, Dad.
Dirty. Dirty. Well, the thing is now, what does the team look like? Like with these opt-outs. First of all, Dwayne Wade is no longer Wade County. He's just not the guy anymore. And so in his mind, I'm wondering if he's going to be able to take the role and step back if he's going to remain on the team.
I think, again, I don't think any one of these boys are going anywhere. They haven't got all the championships that they wanted, but let's be honest. Very few teams are going to win 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 championships.
I beg to differ.
Very few.
I beg to differ.
Very
You think they
few.
can? Who?
I beg to differ. But see, the NBA is totally different from what we saw growing up.
Right. That's
Yeah,
that's
so
why.
get that out of the head.
That's why.
It's clear. I mean,
And that's what it is.
these
Yeah,
boys
that-
don't
that's
have
the
the
reason.
heart that they had in the 90s.
And that's the problem.
Yeah.
They don't have that kind of heart. They don't play with that kind of heart anymore.
It's a whole lot of stuff.
But I
One,
mean,
it's a heart thing. It's business is in it too, because the way it is. It's let's say every time the luxury tax. Now, if I'm an owner and I'm a billionaire, if I can keep a team together, and so what? I'm hitting the luxury tax, have to come out of my pocket $100 million, whatever it is. I got it. I want to win. You understand what I'm saying? I'm keeping them.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep her. Not only that, guess what? Let's spend some more money. We need to upgrade this bench. Let's go.
Yeah.
I'm going to get the draft. We get some other free agents out there. Let's have them, because at the end of the day, that's what it is. They need another bench. You know, they did that one mistake where they kind of kept some of the role players a year too long than they should have. You know, Shane Battier probably, I hate to say it, because I really don't like Shane, but I like Shane. I don't like him because he went to Duke, but then I like him because he got heart and he played with heart. He's just getting a little up there, and he can't run around with.
He's already said he already got a job. He's going to be a broadcaster.
Yeah,
he's done.
So and I don't know.
Well. He'll be good at that.
Oh, he'll be very good.
Oh, he'll be excellent.
He'll be excellent
With his cute
But,
stuff. But anyway.
Okay.
Is that what it takes, Mr. Curry?
I'm just saying.
I mean,
He's
actually,
gonna
be
look
technical,
good
I
in
guess
a
he's going to be
suit.
on TV, so I guess that will help.
Yes.
But
That's what I'm talking about. Y'all not going to laugh at me.
Back then, though, it was a different breed of men.
It was a different breed.
It was a different breed of guys, and you had every team that had a superstar.
you know what?
Right.
At least 2 superstars on every team.
You know what? Another thing too, if I may interject, this quote unquote, how the players like to say, the purity of the game, but how they keep changing the rules to boost the scoring. That hurt this whole generation. Those rules affected how this generation plays. If you look at them, you can't touch nobody. So now every time you touch them, they looking at the ref. They don't just play through.
Oh, I hate
They
that.
turn around and look at the ref. And is those rules changing? Because once they change it in the NBA, they filter down, and so now they come in with expecting if you touch me, I'm supposed to get a foul call, and then so now they want to turn around and talk to the ref after they missed the layup and the ball going back the other way. Now when we was coming up, one that's gonna get you off the game, get you out the game, and you might not go back in.
Right. Point blank.
You know what I'm saying? So we don't even talk to the refs. That had nothing to do. The ref ain't got nothing to do with the game. Okay, he don't call the foul. So
You play
what?
your game.
Get up and go back and play. Because if we outside and ain't no refs out here, you got nobody to complain to. You just go keep playing. And see, that's another thing too. A lot of this generation too, they didn't grow up playing on the asphalt. They grew up playing in the gym with refs because basketball
bad
is
for your knees, though.
I mean, when I say that, I mean just playing playground
Yeah.
ball. And all these guys, just the way the game is now, it's so big and it's year-round ball now, and and you can't really blame them. I mean, these guys don't got time. They, when they after school now, they don't go home. They go to somebody practice somewhere. As before, a lot of guys, they go home. You can go to the park, and that's just what you did. But it's a whole lot of stuff. It's a whole lot of stuff. And just the way they affect the game, the way they change rules, and the way they coddle the players and all that stuff. Like them guys, them guys didn't come up getting coddled like that.
Not at all.
You know what I'm saying? It was like, especially a lot of guys not staying in college 1 year, so they don't get time to really get disciplined.
And see, and that's the thing right there that bugged me about all these athletes. In college basketball, you have to do a mandatory of a year, at least a year, and you can go draft. And you're not ready in a year.
No.
Like my man Jabari Parker.
Most part, I'm not.
I love Jabari. I seen Jabari playing growing up or whatever, but Jabari is just not ready yet because he still has some more skills that he can learn under Coach K.
Right.
And in college, it teaches you how to play defense.
Yeah.
Most of these
Hopefully,
cats,
if you go to the right school.
most of these cats, for example, I ain't gonna call out no names, Carmelo Anthony.
Oh my God.
Speaking of Melo, where do you think he'll go?
Not to Miami, not to Chicago, neither. Don't know Chicago.
You don't want him in Chicago.
You don't want him in Chicago.
No.
I think Chicago want him. No.
we need somebody to shoot, but we
The
need somebody that's gonna be
organization
able to
won't,
get
let's
back
say
and play defense.
You know what we need in Chicago? We need somebody to put a staple in Derrick Rose's knee.
LeBron.
So he'll get it. So that boy can get back on the court.
Poor Derek.
And I know y'all folks in Inglewood got to have y'all head down. Like, come on, bro. You tougher than that. Come on, you tougher than that. But in the day, let's talk about the business.
Tell us what you think.
Let's talk about the business
478
because I know his agent's like,
1680.
his agent's like,
Leave Derrick Rose alone, man.
See,
I like D-Rose.
Now you get
Come on, man. That's my man.
Right.
Man. Ugh.
Nah, he's
sensitive. But you talking about these knees? That's why. I mean,
But
Dwayne
that's important
Wade.
though,
Yeah.
and that's what's wrong with D Wade.
Yeah.
But think about it. Like you said, this team has gone to the finals 4 years straight. So that means their season isn't ending until mid-June.
Yeah.
Then preseason or pre-camp and all that stuff, they're back at it by October.
And I think it's Olympics thrown in there too. I'm
Yeah.
not
For
mistaken.
some of them.
Some of them. So
And
they
to
just
be honest
haven't
with you,
had time
the
to
whole
rest.
team needs a summer off.
They do.
I hope LeBron and well, I know Dwayne Wade and Bosh probably not go, but I hope LeBron doesn't play this summer for the USA. We got enough guys. He don't need to play.
Hopefully they don't have to. The contract,
I don't think he
even
has.
Parker though, he was complaining that he was so tired because he would go and play for France.
Yeah, he
for
played
France,
last
yeah.
summer.
And he had to. He was contractually obligated to
that's
play
different.
with them.
When you're in another country, they ain't got no choice. Now you talking about kidnapping?
Yeah.
they will.
Yes.
Get your
Yes.
yeah.
You could play.
Yeah,
Bonjour.
you plan on coming back to this country?
Yeah.
I suggest you find your way here.
They're tired. I mean, I can understand why
Manu
they
the
just
same way.
they need a break. So it'll be interesting to see what happens with these opt-out situations. I don't think LeBron is leaving. I'm curious as where Carmelo will go, and if the heat is on Spo.
Carmelo, I think Carmelo they'll be fine in New York. He's fine in New York. He just needs to play defense, in my opinion.
That's part of it too.
It
starts at the
Do
top.
you think he will play well under Fisher?
Maybe
I think he will have to.
it's a possibility because
Right, he's gonna have to.
Fisher came from a different breed of coaches.
Mm-hmm.
He played under Phil. He played under what's my man over in Oklahoma. So he knows the game.
Yeah.
And they have that mutual respect for Fisher because he's with the president of the NBA Association
Right.
for 2 years or so,
Yeah.
something like that. So, yes and no, just like J Kidd, yeah and nay. It can go both ways.
Mm-hmm.
I have more faith in Fisher than I did Kidd.
I agree. I agree.
I'm rooting. I mean, I was hopeful for Jason Kidd, but Derek Fisher, I'm like, yes.
Derek Fisher
he's
has
gonna
another
do well.
mindset.
He does.
And as a point guard in the NBA, you think like a point guard for your point guards.
Right.
Hey, your first job is to bring the ball up the court and pass it down, get it down low, or do whatever it
Set
is
the
that you
offense
do.
up.
Look at Mark Jackson.
Put everybody in place.
He was a point guard. He
Right.
had nothing but point guards on the team.
That's why I actually had a lot of faith in Jason Kidd that he would be all right at the end of the day, because the way he played the game, a lot of people don't remember. Well, even when he was older, he was still carrying them teams. Coming off the bench, he was still when it mattered and they needed things done. He had to be on the floor, to orchestrate everything and make sure everybody was in the right place. That's why I was like, Kid will be all right. You're gonna have a rough patch.
And he did pretty good. They made it to the playoffs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they made it to the playoffs and they did pretty decent to make it out of the second round because I wasn't expecting them to.
Yeah, me neither.
Do much.
I thought
To do
Toronto
much.
was. I thought Toronto was gonna take them.
Yeah, I just knew it was gonna happen. But they did pretty good under Jay Kidd. So and like I said, coming from a player point of view to a coaching position, things tend to change just a little bit. Now you have to tighten up because you're a point guard or you're the leader of a team, but now you're that official leader of the team. You're that official coach. You no longer lead on the court, but you lead in the huddle for everything.
Yeah, and that's why it's important. That's why I think the guys like Kidd, Fisher, they were the leaders of their teams when they played. So I think the transition is easier for them because they come from a perspective where, okay, everybody's looking for me to be the leader. So when they step into coaching, it's just a little easier because they figure everybody was already listening to their voice anyway, but they just didn't necessarily have to deal with the consequences as much. Now they have to deal with the consequences, but I think it'd just be a little easier.
Now, here's my question. Would Kobe Bryant get another ring without Fisher?
I don't think Kobe gonna get another ring unless he go to the store and buy one.
Yeah.
Go to your room right now. Go to your room.
Wow.
That's just me.
I don't know if Kobe's gonna play like he used to play.
Yeah.
Period.
Achilles,
I don't.
injury.
Not just injuries, age. This is my thing with Kobe. Does Kobe realize that he can't play like he used to? It's like the same thing that Jordan had to go through when he first came back. Yeah, he gave you flashes. But when the 48th minute came sometimes, he wanted to do it, but the lift wasn't there. You know? It's like, okay, these boys young, these boys athletic now. These guys are really athletic guys. You know, these guys jump out the gym. Some of them jumping higher than you were at your prime.
So what do? You alter your game.
You got to alter it. That's why I say you got to know that you're not that player anymore. So once you know you're not that player, you can adjust. Tim Duncan, perfect example. You know you're not that player, you can adjust and then you can still be successful. But you got to know you're not that guy anymore. Else your ego thinking you go shake them and beat them to this spot and beat them to that spot. You can't do that no more.
Right. We'll see. I
you got to be like Paul Pierce.
I don't think Kobe's
Paul
gonna
Pierce,
ever.
if I could just get to my spot,
I don't think Kobe's gonna ever know that for himself. Somebody's gonna not have to pay him, and then when they do that, he's gonna be like, all right, I guess I can't get no job no more.
They got to get over LA. They got to get over the Clippers
Kobe's
before they
a
do anything now.
competitor.
And that's the thing. Kobe gonna fight you to the end.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about Kobe. I kid you
He
not.
will fight you to the end.
I'm not a Kobe fan, but
I'm
Kobe
not a
will
Kobe
fight
fan
to the
either.
end until he wins.
He's got Kobe. Kobe's one of the few players that play today that still have that heart that they had in the '90s.
KG.
Yeah, he does have the heart, but he don't
too.
got the sense though. It's like, come on, man. I'm serious. Let me tell you, we had a debate. I might have brought this up on the show before. We had a debate in the barbershop one day. You know, you got your LeBron guys and you got your Kobe guys. And one guy brought up a real valid point. Kobe could have never took that Cavaliers team that LeBron took to the finals because he's not the type of player that really makes people better around him. I mean, you already got to have something if you got to play with Kobe. As opposed to LeBron, if you can get to where you're supposed to be, if you can just do what I need you to do, if you can play your role, let's say that, then we can be successful. And he'll trust you enough. And not only just trust you enough, you're talking about the basketball mind. He knows the game enough, and he'll break stuff down, pass the ball where it's supposed to be. If you can just knock that shot down, we can be successful.
I have to agree.
And
whoever that gentleman was in the shop,
that's
side talk hustle.
And
Good job.
and that's my only reason that I'm not no real Kobe fan, because to me when I watch him play, he's just a little too selfish. You know, he's like Jordan before Pippen stepped up. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Where he kind of just figured that, okay, if you ain't do it, I'm just gonna take every shot. You know what I'm saying? It's like you're not gonna last long. Now he's been blessed. One, he was able to play with the Diesel. You know, Lord knows that's a blessing for anybody, especially when he was in his prime. and then, you know, I don't know what David Stern them did. They got piled there. I don't know how you end up there. Okay, tell you, this is what you do. You give me big brother, I give you little brother. You know what I'm talking about? So we can get these two rings. Now, I don't know who figured that one out, but I guess he paid him back when he didn't let Paul go there. So, you know, I guess it all worked out. But
Here's the thing, and then maybe we'll move from sports a little bit. The comparison when people talk about LeBron against Michael, a friend of mine, my girl T Green, and I were talking about this. The comparison should be more Michael and Kobe, LeBron and Magic, because to me, they're more similar, and even how they affect change within the league and their perception. Michael Jordan is a butthole. He's a jerk. Everybody knows that. Kobe is a butthole and a jerk. Yeah. Magic can play his butt off, but he's pleasant. He's the personable. He has a good personality, and the fans love him. Same thing with LeBron. As good as LeBron is, he could be a jerk, but he's not. Yeah. And I'm glad that he's not the two guys that I was talking. He's just as good, awesome player, but he can still be personable, a man of the people. And so when you think about these people always trying to say, oh, LeBron's the new Jordan, and no, Jordan is Jordan. And so I think more aligned, LeBron is with Magic, and then Kobe. That argument to me fits a little bit more.
But that's just character.
But no, I'm talking about style too, because Jordan and Kobe are selfish with the ball. Like he was just saying, man, people get mad at LeBron because he will pass the ball. Right. They want him to keep it, but he's trying to look for his teammates to make them better. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Magic. He made his team better. He made the people around him better. Once Pippen and Kerr and Rodman, all those people Armstrong. Then came into their own. That's when the Bulls started to really gel. But when Mike was trying to do it all by himself, they were going nowhere. But then those guys stepped up and came into their own, and that's how it worked. And then with Kobe, they're just different guys as far as being selfish and team players. LeBron wants to be a team player so bad. He wants to be the leader, but he also really wants to include his team, and I like that about LeBron.
And I take nothing from it, and I agree with you wholeheartedly. But you got to look at that time when Mike came in the lead. It was just Mike.
Yeah.
On the squad. Mike had to go out and play every night. Mike was doing what LeBron doing, playing every minute.
Yeah.
Plus in the All-Star game, plus being on the USA team. Mm-hmm. So he was constantly playing before he got anybody. And then, too, look at the conference that he played in.
Yeah, that was a beast.
The bad boys of Detroit.
Yeah, Boston.
Cleveland.
Atlanta.
He was getting beat up.
Yeah, Atlanta, Cleveland.
Physically getting beat
Boston,
up.
Philly. I mean, like you said, the league was different back then.
Right, and that was
you had to play
difference.
every night.
Yeah, I can understand why Mike at the time was ball hogging, because all the weight was on his shoulder. It's not the right thing to do, but when I got my guys out here, I'm trying to feed you the ball, and you ain't producing, what do I do now?
Yeah.
Until Phil Jackson came over and said, we need to change the philosophy. Everybody touch the ball, and then score.
And then as a team, do this.
You go put this offense in. And that's the thing we talking about.
I'm through. I quit. I'm done talking. I can go all night.
We're done. We have talked about sports a lot today.
But that's
Go Heat.
It was a good series, like we said, and we wait to next year to see what happens. Man, the summer's gonna be big. I still think all the guys are gonna come back. I do think if they do decide to opt out of those contracts, there's a plan.
Of course.
But in that plan doesn't involve them separating and going their separate ways. That plan involves reducing funds in some way, shape, or form in order to make them better as a collective. Mm-hmm. That's what I see them doing. I feel like they haven't gotten quite what they wanted yet. So it's not quite over for the Miami Heat, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, man.
All I'm saying is everybody got to go through Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah, they got to go through that at least once a year, right?
Yeah. Exactly. In the East, they got to play them at least 2-3 times, you know. It's a must. It's in the contract.
Yeah.
They'll make the playoffs, but they'll be at home, too. Along with Derrick Rose knees. All right, Miss McCray, talk to me, Miss McCray. What's next on the agenda, Miss McCray?
What you want next? Well, while we have time, let's give honor and just a moment to the late Miss Ruby Dee.
Yeah, she did.
Another legend. Oh my God! Like it's starting to. I mean, it's bothersome anyway, but we're really losing our
iconic figures.
Yeah. I mean, she was 91 again. just like Maya Angelou. Did you know? Wait, first. Did
Yes,
you know?
I know. This time around, I know.
Okay.
Yeah.
We want. I hope I'm not breaking it to you
She died?
again.
When?
Did you know?
Yeah, I knew this time around.
All right. So
He was aware this
that's
time.
clear. But again, at first hearing it, it's like, she's gone, but then she's 91. And then the
91.
life that she led, it was
Still
like
look good.
still look good. What?
God.
My soror, DST. I just had to put that in there. But she's an actress, poet, playwright, screenwriter, journalist, activist. We're losing our people, our legends, and it's like, who can take the place? Who's gonna be that person? Who's that voice?
They don't exist yet.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Are they going to?
A
Yeah, they do.
lady. I mean, she's a lady. She's classy. She's she was just amazing. And so we will miss her, but I think she led a wonderful life. And going to Ozzy, her man, he was gone for a while.
For a while.
Now.
Yeah, about five.
She
I think
did
5
great.
years.
You
know,
about that.
She did great. Most people, when they have that love, that link like that, a year later, maybe
Yeah,
a
they
couple of
usually
months
go.
later, they both tend to, catch up with each other later.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, she look, baby, you gone. I'll holler. I'll see you around because I still got some stuff I need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah. Finally, in 2007, she was nominated for an Oscar by playing Denzel's mom in American Gangster.
Yeah.
So she just, she led the life. She's amazing, and we will miss her. And we just have to love our legends and appreciate them while they're here, because they're getting older. And
Ruby D, ladies and
it's
gentlemen.
Ruby D.
Yes.
So the next thing that was bothersome to me this week, I don't know, and our people.
Hey, if I don't remind you, interrupt you for a second.
Yes.
Also remember, we just lost Tony Gwynn as well.
Oh yeah, the baseball
Yes,
player.
the baseball player. I know if you don't follow baseball, you probably have no idea who he is, but he is the best hitter of our generation. Probably gonna be the best hitter ever. They put it like this: he's the only player they compare to Ted Williams. Now, if you know who Ted Williams is, you realize how good of a hitter he was. And Pete Rose, you put him in there as well.
I think I read he had the second best
batting average over a season.
over his career. I thought
over
over
that's
his
right
career
too.
of any other baseball player.
And he came the closest to hitting 400. When one season he hit 394. It was ridiculous. It really was. And then he played. I forgot. He almost played 20 years, I believe, in the league.
About
His
that,
son
like
is
that.
in the league now. His son is in the league now, Tony Gwynn Jr. But also a great guy too. Like I said, a great guy. Never you hear about him being in trouble, all that kind of stuff. He just went out and played baseball.
A good role model.
There you go.
Charles Barkley. No, let me quit. Let me quit.
And you know what? And the blessed thing that he had, he grew up in San Diego. He played college ball in San Diego, and he played his entire professional career in San Diego. So he got to stay home his whole career and play.
Wow.
And to play under all that pressure and was still successful. You don't find that no more. That's why we waiting on Derrick Rose.
Rest in peace, Mr. Tony Gwynn.
Yeah,
All
rest
right,
in peace,
babe.
Tony Gwynn.
Rest in peace, Tony Gwynn.
All right, go ahead, Ms. Rose.
Like I was saying, so it's our culture, it's our people that we have to then look at ourselves. But a petition from change.org, a change.org petition. Now, if you don't know what change.org is, those are, if you really want something shut down or brought attention to, you create a change.org petition, and it usually it's a vehicle to make some changes. Some person, some nutcase, created one for Blue Ivy.
Wow.
She made it so Beyonce and Jay-Z said they are not parenting their child because Blue Ivy's hair was not done. And her hair is not done enough. A real petition that people actually sign. The baby is 2.
Thousands of signatures I heard too.
Thousands.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Now, see, here to me is the problem.
Thousands.
It's one thing
Thousands.
to create the petition, but to the people who signed it, come on.
Like it's crazy. And so, I'm my mother and my father and grandparents, and you don't leave the house looking a mess.
Most definitely.
That's
Yeah.
just I get that part. You want to make sure you're presentable. Somebody's always watching you. You make sure you put your best foot forward. Great. The baby is 2.
Yeah, I think though what people were probably offended by is the idea that these people are worth several hundred millions of dollars. She takes the time to make sure every little thing on her is perfection. So the expectation would be that if your daughter is going to go out, if you're taking the time to make sure you are perfected, why would you not do the same thing for your daughter when everybody knows that you got a nanny? So if you didn't have time to do it, you could have told that nanny to help you out and do something. Or I think that's probably where they're coming from, Ms. McCray.
And you know, Miss Tina, Beyonce's mother was a former hairstylist and had her own shop and all that stuff. But here's the thing with that. Beyonce is a performer. Yes, when she goes out in public, when she knows she has to perform or she knows she's going to be photographed, yeah, she dolls herself up. The pictures that they get of Blue Ivy, you know they don't do anything in public with this baby girl. So all the pictures are from paparazzi. That's from them just going in and out of their house to wherever. This particular picture that made an outrage, they were getting off their jet, coming from wherever, you know, because they live the fabulous life. They all looked a hot mess. They looked like they were traveling. Beyonce had on a hoodie and some shades. Jay had on just a shirt and whatever. They all looked like they were just traveling. And if you know kids, if you know little girls, you don't want to, she probably was just waking up. And you don't want to leave the hair bows and stuff in their hair when they're sleeping because it pulls back their scalp. So she probably took loose the thing. She said, you know what, we're headed home. I'll get it done when we go home. She's not presenting Blue. Blue is a baby. She's 2. So just that one picture alone, or the pictures that they see, again, Blue's not the celebrity. She's a baby. So, yeah, Beyonce, when she goes out, she knows I'm Beyonce. I have to look like somebody. But when I'm walking down the street, or if I'm just going from one car to the next car, why then do I have to make up my baby?
They actually make the baby. They just add comb the baby hair. That's all they really do.
She has a publicist, and their job is to make sure that they're maintained in everything that they do, regardless
Beyonce
of
and Jay.
Right.
Yes.
Regardless of the fact. Secondly, if you have a child and you know trying to do their hair, they don't like it.
Yeah.
They don't want you
Little
touching their
girls
hair.
don't want you touching their hair.
They don't want you picking out nothing.
You talking about war.
So, you know, it's hard. I got a 1-year-old.
So you know.
And I have a problem trying to get her hair. I have to hog tie her down before I can do anything.
Yes.
And it still don't come out right because she put her hand in her head and mess it up.
The very second you do it, you put a headband in, she going to snatch it out.
Right.
Little bows in, she going to snatch it out.
Either way it go, why would you sign a petition on a 2-year-old child?
Thanks.
So he who is without sin cast the first stone. Because everybody that signed that petition, your hair better be up to par.
There you go.
You better not have a cut. You better not have a bald spot at all in your head.
I don't want to see no new girl with that weave.
Your weave better not be golden. It better be natural.
And what do you look like? Just walking
on a
minding your
2-year-old
business, going from place to place, going to whatever. Knowing that a paparazzi person is across the street from your house 24/7. 24/7. So it's like, really, y'all? Have we gotten this low in self-hate in our culture?
We have.
That we don't. Because please believe. and the thing about it is.
That's obvious. We have.
When Jules.
The Kardashians are famous. We have.
Yeah. And here's the thing. Because North, her hair, Northwest is Kanye and Kim's baby. Of course, she's mixed, so she has that silky, she's going to have that silky, curly hair. Now, she can walk around like nothing, and people not going to sign a petition. But because Blue's hair looks like a blue baby with afro and kinky curls, and it's not as flowy and curly, now we got to sign a petition because it looks unkept. What is this problem? And now a lot of women are going natural, and some of the styles, to me, I do believe in making sure your hair is healthy and you can be natural. I do believe in styling it. As a woman, I just don't think you should just have your hair just boosted out everywhere. Like, style it in some kind of way. But if it's healthy and you're promoting that kind of lifestyle, just healthy with your hair, that's a whole nother thing. We don't love ourselves enough to know that we love our black hair, our kinky hair, our in-between hair, our natural hair, our permed hair. People are always hating and talking about hair all the time. She's 2.
Yeah.
She's a baby. A petition for change.org.
People, we live in a day and age where people have honestly, when it comes to the internet, people have nothing else to do.
Yeah.
And so they pick up on any and every little thing that they can. And that's what people do these days when they go to change.org, because it's so simple. You go there, 5 minutes, you write it up, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. 10 minutes later, boom, a petition is created. Boom, you put it on Facebook, you put it on Twitter, you put it on Instagram. Now thousands of people are now have access to it, have seen it. And if it's popular enough, 2-3 days later, popular television programs are talking about it, popular radio programs are talking about it, and now thousands, now even millions more have heard this little silly story about a petition because Beyonce doesn't comb Blue Ivy's hair. That's what we do.
And somebody thought it was funny.
Unfortunately, that's the society that we live in today, and it's just the tip of the iceberg, man. Like I said, the Kardashians are famous. I mean, come on.
For nothing.
That's who we are in America today.
No, they ain't famous for nothing.
No, they are famous for nothing.
They are famous.
They have no talent other than being
nothing.
Rich.
The sisters are famous for nothing. They're famous because their sister was famous. What?
Because of a sex tape.
Who cares?
That's it.
That's not,
hey, that's America
start.
today, man. That's America today. That's where we at. It's unfortunate. We need to work on that and change that, but that's where we are, man. That's America. We get famous for nothing and make big deals about absolutely nothing.
Leave that baby alone. Love yourself.
That is America, baby.
Love yourself.
And that's my point.
Take care. Can your baby read?
I said, what grown person worried about some 2-year-old baby that's not yours?
It's not. It's not even really about the baby. It's really about a Beyonce.
I mean, I understand.
It's really about Beyonce. But that's how much people care about Beyonce, that they have to comment on everything that she does.
And to me, that's a whole nother.
She got an ingrown toenail. That's next on the petition.
I mean, and I'm a huge Beyonce fan, but that does, to me, that has nothing to do. These little snapshots of life that we see of Blue Ivy, she hid her baby for over a year, and I see why.
Now y'all see why y'all never saw Michael Jackson kids.
Yes, people are crazy.
Michael Jackson got kids?
Okay, get out. I was about to say.
Michael Jackson, the oldest one, almost 18.
Does he have kids?
But as a celebrity, I understand why, because they don't want their kids exposed like that.
Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Because we criticize. I'm gonna say we, because America, we criticize about everything there is. Mm-hmm. So for you to be signing a petition, for a 2-year-old because she don't have her hair done often enough.
For your liking.
Right.
How about we sign a petition to make sure our education system is flowing correctly? Sign
wait
a
minute.
petition to make sure that...
That's important stuff.
Right. That's
we
what
don't have
counts.
time for the important stuff. Speaking of important stuff, driving down John Young Parkway today, I finally saw what I've been waiting to see for a couple months now. The campaign posters are out now. Campaign posters are out now.
They're out strong. They
are out strong. You can't drive down John Young without seeing at least 5 posters within a 1-mile radius. I've been waiting for this moment.
You're excited now.
It's not so much that I'm excited. What I'm hoping that we get a change come August 26th, and people go out and actually show up to the polls and vote for whomever it is that you like. I don't really care who you like. I just want you to go out and represent and put a stamp down on somebody.
I'm putting my name on the ballots.
Put a stamp down on somebody, whoever it is.
My vote.
But show up and vote. Let these people know that you're paying attention to what's going on. I mean, going down John Young, what you see is most of the candidates from District 6, and then you also see Tiffany Moore Russell, the candidate for the clerk of the court. Those are the ones that I saw driving down John Young as I was coming to the station tonight. So at least that's where they're focused. But whoever it is that is up for a primary in your particular neck of the woods, man, just show up and vote. I don't care who you vote for.
Go vote.
Go to the internet. Drive down John Young if you don't know the names. They are all out there. The faces are there. They're
Pull
smiling.
it up on your phone.
Do something.
Everybody got an Android phone now. Your 2-year-old got a phone. So pull it up on her phone.
Represent.
Why she ain't getting her hair done?
Represent, man, and show up and vote.
How about you vote instead of talking about a 2-year-old?
I'm going to start a petition that nobody under the age of 8 needs a phone. That's not my petition. Actually, no, let's just be honest. Nobody under the age of 15. No, middle school, everybody in middle school don't need a phone. I'm just saying.
Change.org, brother. That's where you find it.
Change.org.
Change.org.
I'm gonna put a petition in. let's get phone booths back. Pay phone.
There you go.
25 cents,
Yeah.
50 cents.
Because sometimes my phone die.
You
and
know,
I don't have a charge.
You can't go nowhere and use the phone.
Right.
Nah,
you
you
can't run
can't
into the
go.
store. Hey, can I use the phone?
You just have to borrow somebody else's cell phone.
This phone is not for
Can I borrow your
customers.
cell phone?
People stingy on borrowing a cell phone. How you gonna be stingy on a cell phone? You standing right there. I ain't gonna run off. One, I'm too big to be trying to run. That's the first thing. Two, it's too hot for me to run off with
It
your
is.
phone.
This is full.
Because I'm gonna have a heart attack and faint by the time I run 3 steps.
Either that or it's raining too hard.
Right.
It's raining way too hard, man. But yeah, man, vote. If you're not registered, get registered. Vote. Did I say it one more time? Vote. Vote, man. We're closing out, man. We will see you next week. This is your host, Jay Real, man. I want to thank Jeremy, Miss McCray, Chris Shaw for sitting in on
Miss Better.
with us
Sir.
tonight, man. But we'll see you next week, same time, 9 p.m. This is Real Family Talk, y'all. You can follow us on Facebook, Real Family Talk. You can follow us on Twitter, Real Family Talk. The website, realfamilytalk.weebly.com.
WOKB, Winter Garden, Orlando.
It's Gospel 1680 WOKB. It's the top of the hour, 10 o'clock, and I'm back, your boy,